Happy Saturday. It's been a minute. This is Star Fury, founder of Star Fury, space, technology, education company, and also the founder of Star Furians. I hope your Saturday is going great. I've been very busy with Social Security, my day job, trying to get that taken care of. I'm figured I've been following a lot of things like you, especially the Department of Education, so I figured I'll jump on here and give my little spill on it because in our organization we do education and space teachings. So, when I was back in '89, do the math, I went home after Hurricane Hugo and from Trinidad, and then I came back in 1990. And so I was, my school, Free Will Baptist School, was destroyed. So my mom had to put me in another school. So it was another Christian school called St. Dunstan's. And St. Dunstan's, believe it or not, is the same school where Tim Duncan went to. So I always try to put that plug in for Tim Duncan, who used to play for the San Antonio Spurs. Before I was allowed to join the school, I had to take a test. It was around, I think it was February, I was admitted. But I had to take a test, and it was a written test, and then the vice principal sat me down in the office and said, hey, we're going to give you this test to see where you fit in, or if you fit in the high school category. So I said, okay. So I took the test and got a 93.5. So I want you to understand something, and I'm not making this up. When I took the test, the entry for that school, I sat in the vice principal's office. I didn't go in no back room. She was watching me. And so when I made a 93.5, she contacted my mom and explained to my mom that I cheated on the test. And so, of course, my mom was like, what do you mean he cheated? How did he cheat? Well, we don't know, but he cheated because he got a 93.5. So my mom said, okay. So my mom was still a smart woman to this day. She said, okay, is there a way to rectify this? And she said, the vice principal said, yes, he has to take the test again. He'll take another test. And if he passed this one, we will let him in. So she said, okay. So I chilled for the day, and my mom dropped me back to the school and left. And I sat in the vice principal's office again. It was a paper test. Took the test, and I got a 93.5 again. So it was then it sunk in that first of all, I didn't cheat, and I was smart. So I'm saying all of this to say that with everything that's going on in the Department of Education, it behooves us as a people, as parents, as people who are really dedicated into the community of our children today, their education. It is up to us to take the reins and step up and say, okay, if the Department of Education is going away, all right, we got it. We'll take care of it. Here's why. And I'm coming from a military stance. One of my mentors said I always refer back to the military, but I have to because when you're in the service, it is a whole different mindset. When things has to get done, it has to get done. So when we're doing things, and I see people doing things, and I see people reacting, protesting, and the first thing come to mind is you're using all this energy to do all of this. You're getting upset at the situation. You have no control of the situations. You only have control of you and your space. Why don't you use that control to come up with a solution with everything that's going on? And that's how the military thinks. That's how the Army thinks. When stuff goes wrong in the field, yes, we like, okay, it's up to the maintenance guy or the motor pool guy who deals on the vehicles or equipment or supply guy to replace all the stuff that, whatever break in the military in the field. But before that happens, we're the ones who has to fix it. So what I'm saying is that whole mentality that most of the people I know is always referring to the military, always go back to military. Well, that's what they taught us. When situations goes wrong or awry or something comes up that we have no control, we only control ourselves, and so it's up to us as a team to come up with a quick solution to make it happen. And pretty much that's what we did. And I'm not coming from no hero point of view or no heroistic point of view, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way it was. So going back to the whole Department of Education, it's up to us to actually make it work. If we really, as a collective people, are really concerned about our kids and our kids' future and our young adults' future, we have to step up and do it. Okay, the Department of Education is done. All right, yes, there are leaders who can say, all right, how are we going to get funding? How is that going to work? How we can move money around? What is it? What are the next steps? What is it? How can we implement technology? What can we do? That's what needs to be going on. If me being a leader, it would have been no protest. It would have been like, all right, you want to cut it? Fine. All right, here's what we're going to do. Boom, 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 boom. We need this, 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 and this to make it happen. And that's how it should be done. But again, I know I'm far removed from this reality because I've always think about other multiple realities where we wouldn't have gotten to this point. Things wouldn't have gotten so bad that the Department of Education is going to be shut down. And regardless of how you feel politically, things happen. Things happen. And I'm in a space right now, after experiencing so many things over the years, I'm still in awe that we're going through what we're going through, and we're not able to come up with a solution ourselves. We're smart people, but sometimes we purposely act dumb. Or we purposely want to get irate over things that's not in our control. My grandfather, bless his soul, when I was a little kid, I used to drink coffee, believe it or not. It's not his fault. But when I was a kid around 10, I started drinking coffee. But you would say, well, damn, that's harsh. No, my grandfather used to take me to Alcohol Anonymous when I was a kid. He wanted me to instill with me, which actually was the smartest thing. He got me around people who used to drink. He used to drink, and he stopped. And he started going to Alcoholics Anonymous, and he would take me with him. And I would sit in the back while they have meetings and listen, and I think that's where I get some of my mannerisms, because I understand what these adults used to talk about. And one of the things, as you know, for those who understand the Alcoholics Anonymous, one of their mantra was, or it still is, the courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. To this day, I remember that because every meeting I would go out hear it. I was like, so we got to start taking that mindset. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Now, for those who think, Alcoholics Anonymous was a scam and all that, okay, that was a good mantra, though. That was if you think about it today, that's how we need to start thinking. That's what we need to start using. So, I'm seeing things with fresh eyes now. I'm seeing how people are reacting now. I'm in awe, like grown adults. Some of them older than me, a little bit my age, and how they're coping with what's going on. And I'm just like, really, all right, and move accordingly. I'm just blessed at this point that I see what the extreme other side could be when it comes to significant changes, and I'm ready for it. Now, if again, years ago, I probably wouldn't be ready for this. I probably too would have been panicking and, oh my gosh, my job, Social Security, and I'm like, I get it. I'm ready now. So that's just my 2 cents on Department of Ed. We really need to come together and come up with our own solutions and make things happen. You can't be relying on government and people and leaders. I think this is where we need to stand today as a community effort. And with that community effort, we could really show that no matter what happens, or no matter what comes our way, we could literally make a better way for our children. All right, again, this is Star Fury. This is my 50 cents on Department of Education. Follow us at www.starfury.com and also www.starfury.space, www.starfury.space. And we have some events coming up. We'll be in a high school at Parksdale High School in about a week, 2 weeks. We're giving a demonstration of what we do. We will be in DC not this Saturday, but next Saturday for the STEM International Festival. And we're trying to do some major changes with what we have, but we'll keep going forward. You have a blessed weekend. Enjoy your day. Remember, space is our universe. Oops. Let's take this right real quick.